Okay, wonderful people. Hopefully you're able to see me, hear me, and communicate with me. So today I've got a little earlier. I'm not sure how many of you are able to see, but if you would, I'm not checking, Facebook. I'm not checking Twitch. I'm not checking YouTube, but I am connected actually pretty much everywhere. Now, please, I would really appreciate if you can communicate with me. I'm gonna read the chat and work and work and work and work. I need to work a little more, and today I'm not gonna be a talking head. All you're gonna see probably just my carving, and what you're gonna see, just a real life, pretty much. Okay, real life. So hopefully you like it. Okay, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you can. I really appreciate it. Ernie, good to see you. So how is New York today? How is New York? It's one of the states, always cold in April. Can you hear me? Say me if you're able to hear me, if sound is good, quality is good, and so on. But anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump and continue to work on this section. All right. So I'm not going to explain too much what I'm doing. I'm going to just try to answer your questions. So if you do have questions, I would really appreciate. If you do have questions, I would really appreciate. But I really need to concentrate. So the goal of now, what I want to create, if you know, guys, if you're members of my school, I'm really big about the shadows. Okay, I'm really big about shadows. And if you look in the overall picture, so what I'm talking about, those sections, they framed around with the shadows. There's a lot of shadows everywhere, okay, if you can see. And if you look at this section, there's no shadows yet. So I need to work on the shadows because shadows are really important, okay. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Julie. Good to see you. Again, I'm not gonna be a talking head today. I'm gonna just work. I'm gonna work and try to answer. Julie is saying, almost missed you. Good thing I was up early. Good morning. Yeah, my stream was all night, by the way. So like 10 hours. Now I don't know what the YouTube gonna do. It was a long stream. And I just finished like around 7 a.m. my stream, okay? But it wasn't a talking stream. I did whatever the new thing is, just the sound of wood carving. It's actually a beautiful thing. I researched myself. It's supposed to give you, like some kind of euphoria. Lori, good morning. Bright and early, looking good. Good for YouTube. That's good. So the quality is good, right? Could you check if it's 60 frames per second streaming, or is it 30 frames per second? And if there's anybody on a Twitch, I would appreciate also if you can check that. Meantime, I'll just check also Twitch, because Twitch gave me a problem for a couple times already. People couldn't see for some reason. Okay, let me check. And I'm gonna carve. I just gonna carve. Okay, looks like Twitch is working. That is good. So hopefully everything is gonna work out. So wonderful people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And I'm gonna repeat myself. I really treat people who's actually coming back all the time as really my friends. Also, people who carving. It's actually, like the Bible says, it's a people of wisdom. People of knowledge and understanding. And I do believe in Bible, by the way. I do, okay? And I'm not afraid to say it openly. Hey, come on, guys. I was in jail for that. I'm not going to be political about it. So I'm not afraid to say that I believe in a creator. I believe in the Most High, and so on. Stanley, good morning. How's China today? Hope everything is good. How's the weather today in China, Stanley? Okay, Lori, thank you very much. So it's a 1080 60 frames. So what I have to do today, I need to just excavate an inside, and I want to show you how I frame it, okay? How I actually create that. And I need deep excavation because I really need to show those shadows. Really important. I'm going to repeat again. So those shadows, really important. They work like a framing around all of those details. Okay, and a lot of times people don't realize the importance of it, but it is really important. Julie is saying, I carved a sign out of an old piece of cypress, and sound would gouge the wood was the music to this singer's ear. Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna take number 9. Okay, number 9, and in this case I'm gonna take about half an inch. Let me get a little closer to you, a little closer. So Hong Kong is beautiful today. Hong Kong is not China. Oh, I know, Stanley. I apologize. I apologize. Please accept my apology. But number 9 I'm using, and half an inch, 14 millimeters, okay? And I'm gonna start excavating. But again, the goal is to create a really deep shadow, really deep shadow. Bernie, good to see you. Good to see you also. All right, and I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna excavate really deep shadow. My goal is to actually create approximately 1 inch from this point down, okay, and still be. I really need that shadow. Even if I'm destroying that piece above, I'm gonna recreate that. But I think it's just a little too dull. I really need to create that. And the cut I'm gonna do now, it's called the plug cut, because I'm gonna remove the plug. Okay, I'm gonna remove the plug. Oh, Stanley, thank you very much. Xixia, thank you very much. I know, I love that work. I love that project, as you know. I love that project. Eugene, good morning, good morning, good morning. And you watched me all night. Some of you actually watched me since yesterday night, and my stream finished only 7 a.m. this morning. I believe about 7 a.m. And I did not talk. It was just a pure carving, just pure carving. So the sound of music. Okay, see, I'm having a little bit of struggle. But the thing is, what I'm doing, I'm actually just trying to create rotation, just like a drilling in, okay? And sometimes tool is a little too big, and it just doesn't work like that by push. But that would help me actually. It would help me just to use a mallet and rotate and rotate, rotate, and go in, go in. Then I'm gonna change little angle, boom, and I'm gonna remove that plug out. See, it just flies out, just like that. So I've got about 1/4 inch out. And I can excavate as deep as I wish. But in this case, I think this tool is a little too big. I need to probably start with a smaller one, maybe about 1/4 inch, number 9. Good morning. Good morning, ESTRS. Yes, I am working. I need to get stuff done. I need to get stuff done. So that's good. But now I'm talking. Okay, I'm not just carving. I'm talking. So it's not like I'm not trying to give you a tingling effect or euphoria. I'm gonna bang, I'm gonna use a mallet. I'm working on the shadows. And in wood carving, I think it's probably the most important thing to understand, you know, those shadows. Are you able to see what I'm doing or not? Maybe I'm gonna just reposition a little bit my camera so you can see a little better that excavation. So hopefully you'll be able to see better now. Okay, let me know if the shot is okay. Okay, Twitch is there. You can see me. That is good. Jeffro Bodin 97. Great. So wonderful. Finally, I figured out what the Twitch problem was. I had a problem with the Twitch for a couple times. When people connected me on a Twitch, it was just a black screen. And only when I finished my streaming, it would work on my video, and then it would just produce. So people could not see me. So how everybody's doing this morning, and of course evening in Hong Kong. It's evening. I don't see European guys yet. I don't see normal guys from England, from Finland. The people from Finland actually complained that the stream was little too late. I was streaming around 12 p.m. and some of the countries actually they connected to me like it was late already in India, it was late already in China and so on. But now today I want to try 9 o'clock. I want to try 9 o'clock. Okay. Bob, thank you very much. Now, so what I'm doing pretty much, I'm actually created my cut. I excavated on inside, and you already probably see it's already casting shadow, which is really important. Really important. People from Mongolia, Erk Hem Sult. If I'm butchering your name, it doesn't mean anything. Okay, please forgive me. You know, I'm not language expert, and sometimes I just can't pronounce names. You know, I'm struggling with my name sometimes. Julie is asking, how do you plan depth of each section? Do you just use intuition or plan ahead of a time? That is actually excellent question. You know what? I'll try people to pull some of the questions if it's okay. Okay, I'll try to pull some of the questions. Hopefully it's gonna work. Hopefully it is gonna work. Now, how I decide, well, actually it's not gonna work, something wrong. But anyway, so how I decide the depth of my shadows? Well, both. It's intuition, and also you have to be really consistent, you know, with the depth of other areas. Okay, so I really have to be consistent. I have be mindful of the thickness of the wood left, and if you look at the overall movement, it is about, I mean, the thickness of it is 6 inches right here to this point. From the bottom, it's the highest spot. Then it goes down, and it also slopes down this way, and I don't have too much thickness right here. Right here, it's about 3 inches. That's what's left to the highest point. But I'm going with my shadows at least 1 inch, about 25 millimeters, something like that. Okay, what carving tool are you using? I'm using a gouge, which is number 9. That number 9 gouge, it's a small version of a bigger one, but the cutting part of this number 9 is only about maybe 10 millimeters, no more than that. Okay, maybe about 3/8 of an inch. That's what I'm using. Okay, I'm gonna use lots of different carving tools, but can you see already that shadow? If you are, let me know, please, if it's already making difference. Because it was before, if you look before, it was just a little too dull. It wasn't too good. And I'm gonna bring everything to the same cut. I'm gonna bring everything to the same cut. Alright, so it's already giving me that shadow. Okay, now I'm gonna take number 11. And I'm gonna probably use a mallet and bring everything to the cut even deeper. That tool is a veiner. That's what I'm using. Okay, number 11 veiner. Now I'm approximately 1 inch deep. If I'm just eyeballing, but you can see I'm pretty much right there, about 1 inch deep. Okay, 1 inch deep. Okay, but I also need to create a shadow underneath of this movement, but without cutting too much, because I still did not develop that end. So I'm gonna cut that. And everything gonna go to the same hole. Everything's gonna go to the hole. All right. If you know a little bit about the shadows and lights, there's 5 levels of shadows. Okay, 5 levels of shadows. I don't want to make it overcomplicated explaining what's the levels and so on, but at least if we're gonna understand the lighting, when I design, let's say, for a client, I really have to be mindful about the shadows and the place it's going to be placed, my project going to be placed. In this case, it's going to be placed in one of the rooms, and the light source going to come mostly from this side. Okay, and I have to be mindful when I even design my movements, how the light gonna cast and what kind of shadow am I gonna get. But see how deep it's already casting the shadow, and sometimes I have to recreate. That's why I do have 2 lights instead of 1 light. You can see those lights right here, and I can recreate the casting of a shadow in real life, okay, just by moving my light, and I can see much better how it's going to look in real life, and that's already really deep and beautiful. And the shadow works like a framing, like I said before, like a framing. Okay, so let me put that back at the front of me, and I can continue to work on it. Let me know if it makes sense so far. Yeah, it was number 11. Yes, that was number 11, and 3/8 of an inch, 10 millimeters, 1 centimeter. Veiner. And deep, really, really deep. All right, because I need that shadow. Need that shadow and go in. But also when I'm gonna go in, yes, I can go really deep, but I don't want to create lots of mess on inside. Bob is saying it really pops now. Yeah, I know it actually does. Let me try to pull comments again, because people on different platforms can't really see what is going on. Let me try. Maybe I'll be able to. We'll see. Here you go, and let me know if it's going to be shown. All right. And I also need to see it myself. Okay, do you go to the place a carving will hang to see a play? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, it all depends. It all depends on the client. So there's a question about what I'm getting wood from. Well, it's not really an easy question, because if you want to get, for example, wood like me, so you have to be commercially carving. It's actually a commercial place. I have to go to north of me to get, and I have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to get just one shipment of wood, because I'm using specific wood, and it's lime wood or basswood, and I'm not trying to save. If you look at my wood, it's actually perfect wood. Okay, no black marks, no streaks, no nothing. It's just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous wood. Okay. Now Ben is asking, can you give us an idea how much a piece like that cost? Don't have to be exact. Sorry, Ben, I'm not gonna tell you. Okay, I'm not sure if my questions are pulled or not. Okay, so that is probably not the question I'm gonna answer, Ben. I know it's a legit question, but I have to be really respectful to clients, to customers, and you are, you businessman, you will understand me. So I'm not gonna tell you how much I'm charging. Yesterday I was talking about a formula, how you estimate and how it's supposed to cost. I mean, how you're supposed to charge for piece, but not for this. You can imagine that as the whole room. It's not just one piece. It's going to be going in. This is just one detail of the whole room. Okay, it's just one detail of the whole room. Now, what I don't like in this, who is my supplier for wood? I guess it's a lumber yard. They used to be local and they would order for me some wood, but then they went out of the business locally and they moved the warehouse to Orlando, okay, Orlando, Florida. And now I have to order from them and wait until they get the right wood for me. Okay, so that is a hardwood supplier. Okay, so those people supplying a hardwood. There's the other place who can supply lesser amounts, I believe, in Tampa, a school of woodwork in Tampa. They actually buy somewhere. You can check with them. By the way, I have to probably tell you again and again. So my school. Oh, comments covering my work. Sorry. Let me move it somewhere else. Let me move it somewhere else. Is that better? So one of the question is about how I'm charging by the time or by the piece. Hold on just a second. I'm losing my questions. I'm losing my questions. Okay. And you know what? Thank you very much, wonderful people. So thank you for you saying that my work is really nice. I think I'm gonna probably remove my comments because it just distracts a little bit. Okay, distracts me and I can't work. I'm gonna just read. Okay. Julie is asking, am I ever ordering from Heineck, something like that? No, I'm not. I'm sorry, I'm not. Much better. Yeah, thank you very much, Bob. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's kind of cool to see what the questions are from different platforms, because I do have people on the Facebook, on the Twitch, and everywhere pretty much. And I'm able to see all of them, but some of you don't. And I apologize. People on Facebook, if you want to see that in a higher quality, in a better quality, it is better if you go to my YouTube. I'm streaming right now, okay, at the same time, all right? And it is better because it's a 1080 60p, and you can see all of the questions pretty much in the chat, because I am able to combine all of the questions at the same time on YouTube, but I'm not able to do it on the Facebook. So, Mustafa, hello. It's Turkey. So people in Turkey watching me too. That's good. There's a lot of woodcarvers actually in Turkey too. Okay, now what I don't like about now, okay, see, it just has a too much of a hump. So too much of a hump, and I really don't like it. Even if I'm gonna lose some of that, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna probably remove a little more hump. So that is gonna be more logical. And yes, I'm using just skew chisel number 1, or it would be number 2 in England. It would be number 2 in England. Good morning, people who wrote me on the Facebook in Arabic or Farsi. I have no idea what you wrote, but good morning to you too. Salam alaikum. Okay, let me see other questions. Do you charge by time invested in making a piece or by art piece created? By art. If you want to see my answer about how to charge and how much to charge, watch yesterday's stream on my YouTube. If you can go just even after this stream on YouTube, you can watch you know, how I estimate and so on, just from yesterday's stream. Okay, so just from yesterday's stream, so it's gonna give you an idea. I'm not charging by the time. Okay, I'm not charging by the time. That's easy, like one word answer. So it's not for me, and it's not fair for the client. Okay, so I want to be really fair for the client, and by the time, I mean, I can take as much time and then say, hey, it took too much, and charge. So it's not fair for the client, and I don't think it's fair for you too. Okay, because you can also lose, you can underestimate your time. Okay, you can underestimate your time. Ben, you are asking how many languages do I speak? It all depends what you mean speak, by word speak. I speak only one. I consider speak only one, which is my homeland. I was born, which is Russian language. Okay, that's I speak, right? That I speak. But as far as other languages, I can't say that I speak those. Yeah, I can understand some of them, yes, but not like to the speaking or writing. I mean, some of them, yes, I can speak and write, but not to the level. Okay. So that is one of the struggles, actually, why I did not write the book yet in English. There's some people actually asked me multiple times to write the book, and I still didn't, because it's not my, you know, language. But anyway, let me read the now. So it's a fair answer. It's about the estimation. Yes, yeah, I believe so. I mean, I'm going to repeat myself. Charging by the time in the wood carving is not fair to the client. Okay, because, you know, sometimes, you know, if you are carving, sometimes just 1 inch takes you whole day long, and sometimes you can carve like 1 foot in 1 day. So, and that's how you're going to charge by the time. And sometimes you're just trying to polish everything, and you can't move too fast, and you can lose, and the client can get frustrated also. So I estimate by piece. Okay, now seems like you are well versed. Thank you. Oh, Julie, thank you very much. I keep my accent, by the way. I keep my accent. That makes me unique. And I have a true English, by the way. for those of you who live in the United States, you think you speak true English, but it's not true. Just go on YouTube and Google any video which was filmed not from a US guys, and they all speak like me. Tell us if MDF wood is good for woodworking and wood carving. Okay, MDF is not good for wood carving. Okay, it's not even wood carving. It's good for woodworking. MDF is okay to use on the cabinets. It's really good if it's MDF core plywood. It's not bad in all. MDF, LDF, HDF. It's a good material. It's a really cheap, really affordable material. But I would never use that on a wood carving. It defeats the purpose. Okay, we are carving wood. It all depends what you mean by wood carving. When I'm carving wood, I'm looking for the grain, I'm looking for the natural material and so on. And I really treat my tools well. Okay, MDF gonna dull it because they're using some glues, which not only glue itself, but the material they're using actually, you know, also can dull your tools really quickly. So I'm not carving in all MDF. Okay, for some reason I need to raise it up. Julie, thank you very much that you love my accent. I love it too. Let me raise that piece up a little bit. Okay, it's gonna move a little bit, but it's okay. Do you get regrets or just think about sometimes when you think back about the sold piece that probably you've overcharged or undercharged your work pieces? That is interesting question. I always think I'm undercharging. Okay. But I don't have regrets. I'm always underestimating. That's the fact. Hold on just a second. It just doesn't make my piece stable. I need to change something. Maybe I'll just change this side. All right, it's more stable. All right. No, I don't have any regrets. No, I want to be fair. I want to be fair to, again, to my clients. And if I underestimate it, it's my problem. It's not their problem. Okay. And I hate, I shouldn't say hate, but I don't like people who's actually, even when I was doing some other work, you know, just the custom cabinetry and so on, and I used finishers who would finish for me, okay? And they would estimate me a price, and I present that to my client, and later on, they would come to me and say, "Oh, we are underestimated. We need more money. We need more money." So that I mean, when people asking for more money after they estimate, I mean, they should estimate early the right amount they're supposed to charge. But after you gave a price, you cannot change it. Yes, you can change like a change order if there's going to be some additions to your piece. Or some additional work needs to be involved. Yes, it's going to be changed order. Something extra you have to get done. Absolutely, you have to change it. Okay, so it's not free. But if you're doing just the work what you estimated before, and you're trying to get more money, it's just not fair to anybody. Okay, it's just not fair to anybody. So that is a short answer. It's your problem. Okay, so you gotta estimate much better. You have to estimate much better. Okay, now I know, don't we all? Yes, always underestimate. Well, I hope I'm gonna do better in future. But on another hand, I don't think really, I mean, yeah, I said it's underestimate, but it's still fair. Okay, it's still fair. Because, you know, it's just psychological, I believe. People always think they always underpaid, even just employees. when they're working for you, you know, they all think they're worth much better. Okay, okay, let me read them. Julie is saying, I find some people don't understand the time it takes. I treasure the ones who say, yeah, I'll wait. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Okay, hold on, please. Focus camera. I can't see. So you can't see what you're saying? Let me see. Is that better? Is that better? Okay. You never know, Alex. It's Atlas saying, it is a complex work, not a burger made out of same old formula. Yeah, I know. That's true. Isn't pine wood is irritant to some people? Make sure you're not allergic to it. It's not pine. It's not pine. I don't, I mean, pine has a lot of different grain movements. This is not pine. That is lime wood. It's actually basswood if you're in the United States. Linden if you're in Germany. Lipa if you're in Russia. Okay, so that is not pine. So it's better now, you're saying, or no? Okay. I mean, can you see what I'm working on? Okay, let me see if there's more questions. And Atlas is saying, yes, it's, I mean, makes sense, you know, it's a complex work. By the way, maybe it's going to be redundant, but I have to explain a lot of times to my clients, out of all of woodworking trades, and I'm talking about all of woodworking trades, custom woodworking, furniture making, cabinet making, and so on. Wood carving is actually the only one thing you cannot really expedite. Okay, so you're still using the same tools what people 2,000 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 300 years ago used. You still have a same approach, same thought process. You still think the same way, same setup if you wish in your shop. It takes same time pretty much what those people took back then. Yeah, some people would argue with me and say, well, CNC machines can do much quicker. CNC machines actually really limited. Yes, some of the CNC machines can do some of the stuff, but not to the level of what experienced woodcarver able to do. Okay, so CNC machine is really limited. Really limited. Okay, let me read. Salam alaikum, people from Jordan. You are a sculptor, that's good. All right, that is good. I'm using skew, and I'm just shaping right now. And yes, while I'm streaming, I'm kind of working a little bit slow. There is a reason why. Because, you know, I'm talking and trying to answer and read questions. Okay, that is good. Any questions, wonderful people? So can you see it's already establishing some shadow on this side, although I have a light from that source, and I can't show you the true shadow, but if I'm gonna shut you know the light, so it should cast some shadow right there. Okay, good morning, Majid, good to see you. Good to see you. So let me excavate a little deeper. And now I need to establish a little bit movement right here. Okay, I need to establish movement right there, but I need to reposition my camera a little bit so you would be able to see it. Hopefully you can catch what I'm doing. All right, so I'm gonna bring it a little closer to you, okay? So it should be slightly closer to you, right? So let me know if it's good. I feel so anxious about you getting splinters. I'm not getting splinters whatsoever. I don't know. I don't know why. I guess Wood loves me. So don't worry about splinters. So I'm not gonna get them. Okay, so that is going to be next movement, which is also canthus movement sticking out from underneath. Okay, so I can show you in the overall development how it looks. And let me pull my iPad for it's not distracting you, but see, it just moves like that. It just flows together. Okay, and let me establish this movement. It's going to be another acanthus movement. There's going to be I, and I need to outline it. Although I think I need to make it a little bigger than this section, otherwise it just repeats too much. There is such a thing as a law of repetition. People, are you still there? Am I losing you? Okay. All right, let me cut like that. With number 11, that's what I'm doing, okay? Number 11 and a little bigger than a 1/4 inch, about 7 millimeters. Let me see. Looks like there's plenty of people watching. Wood loves me. Yeah, yeah, it does. Okay. Good morning, Gary. Oh yes, Gary. You as actually your question is actually not the question, but what you're saying. That's actually an excellent point. I wanted to actually bring this out. Okay, so now I'm gonna be. I still gonna be able to teach this year. There's a lots of classes postponed it, and some of them canceled. But there's still I'm gonna be in a few spots. Okay, if you wanna still catch me in May, we have like about I would say 3 spots left in Maine, and let me pull up the main school. So make sure you go to the right website if you wanna get in class with me. That is gonna be a small class because it's a brand new school. They don't have too many workbenches. It's gonna be so nice, okay? So really nice, okay? So contact those guys. We still have like 3 spots left right there. Okay, the reason why, I mean, we're still trying to get to that class because everywhere is just a travel restriction and a problem with coronavirus, but we did not cancel this class. Although we're losing some people because people afraid, which is, you know, good fear. I know in Florida, we lost some people who already paid the deposit and so on. And that's going to be in a School of Woodwork. Just go right there, schoolofwoodwork.com. So we have some spots available now. If you want to go to Florida, ask them for discount. Just mention that I mentioned that. I hope she's not gonna she's not gonna be really frustrated. The owner of the school, Kate, her name is, okay. So ask for Alex's discount because I mentioned that. So in June I'm gonna be there, okay. So really, we lost some people from those classes because of the coronavirus. People could not travel and they decided to cancel it. They kind of afraid, some of them. We still have some, but there's some spots open now. Okay, there's some spots open in June. Now I still gonna be able to make in Indianapolis later. My classes were postponed in May. There's a couple classes in May. They were postponed. We don't know yet if I'm gonna be able to make it during the summer. I don't know because I'm also busy and we need to talk about it. Okay, but there's still in fall classes. You're still able to get in. Okay, you're still gonna be able to get in fall. So it's in Indianapolis again. So if you wanna be in May with me, that is probably right now. It's really one of the best places in the most beautiful place in state of Maine. William Brown, owner of this school, he said it's actually voted every year. That small town, Camden, or I don't know how to pronounce that the right. It's voted as the most beautiful city or town every year. Okay, so it's gonna be really good getaway and work. Okay, and work. Okay, so that is a good school to go. Again, Tampa, I'm gonna be in June. Schoolofwoodwork.com. Also, you can check in description. I'm leaving my travel calendar. It's not much left because of the lockdown and the virus going on, but still, I'm gonna be somewhere. Okay. Okay. Can you see the development? Доброе утро. Доброе утро, Славик. Я не могу ответить вам на ваш вопрос, где вы можете научиться делать красивую мебель. У меня нет рекомендаций в России, чтобы кто-то там научил. Вот. Но я делаю резьбу. Если в Америке по поводу мебели, я знаю, в Англии есть школа Чиппендейл. Ее можете проверить. Okay? Sorry, people. Bom dia from Brazil. People from Brazil. Julie, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna carve a little bit this section. Start developing the movement the right way. I'm gonna have a pipe right here. There's gonna be a middle line. And I also need movement this direction because I still want to flow that direction too. And maybe that direction right there. Okay, are you able to see what I'm doing? В Ванкувере, Вашингтон. Славик, я не знаю, кто может помочь вам в Ванкувере. Я знаю, что там есть какие-то школы woodcarving, woodworking. Славик, you can check Mark Adams School of Woodworking. They do teach furniture making. Okay, it's Mark Adams School of Woodworking in Indianapolis. Here's the site. Slavic is asking in Russian language where he can learn furniture making. And that's actually in one of those schools, all of those schools, Florida and Maine and Indianapolis schools, they do teach furniture making. Thank you for your comments. I really do appreciate. Don't forget to like it, okay, and share it. And if you're watching me on Facebook, it's better to go on the YouTube. The quality of it is going to be much better. Okay. Well, it's a 1080 versus 720 on Facebook. I'm using number 5, by the way. Can you see the development? How it's already popping out? I hope you see. I just not too happy about the distance what I left between that and that. Okay, but it's okay. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Looks like my number 11 needs to be sharpened. Needs to be sharpened. And this one too. Or buffed, I should say, not necessarily sharpened. Денис Магалов, привет из Киева. Спасибо. Дякую. Thank you. Oh, Julie, thank you very much that you shared my stream. Really appreciate that. I'm trying to get my finish out of the chisel. Okay, it's like without any sanding or anything. You know, it's supposed to be really nice and good out of the chisel, very much. Okay, hopefully you can see it. And I need to lower down this side. Okay, I lost my Carl. Well, Carl, there's it all depends also on the schools. I wish I would come to California also. It all depends on the school and also on my schedule. Okay. So I don't know anybody in California, the schools. Most of the schools I teach, it's actually on the East Coast. So most of the schools. And I also have to be mindful because I'm working full-time pretty much doing my wood carving. And every time I'm teaching, I'm taking away